Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope people show up. Let's get it, baby. Wipe your feet before you come in. Hit the thumbs up button. I know you out there. I know you ain't eating this early. Thought I'd come by and say what up to my family, baby. Spend some quality family time with the people up here at Top Billing, baby. But wipe your feet before you come in. Even though it's Thanksgiving, I'll still get off in that ass. Pause. Let's go. Wipe your feet. Hit the thumbs up button, baby. I'm giving you that work on Thanksgiving. Christy came in here and cheerleading. All right, Christy, your first and last comment on Top Billing. No cheerleading. Let's come talk football. Don't embarrass women either. There's a lot of great women out there that know football. Don't come up in here cheerleading. Let's go. Happy Thanksgiving, Lawton. Happy Thanksgiving, William Day, Scrubs, CJ, James Howard, Southern Boy, a member of the squad. Tipsy, Cole, Steph in the house. What up, Steph? Scrubs, come on, Scrubs, you too early with it. Let's get it. Hit the thumbs up button. Let's go. Let's get it popping. Larry in the house. Jennifer Barty in the house. Happy Thanksgiving, Jennifer. Let's go. It's the pop-up shop. John, Caleb in the house. What up, Caleb? Caleb be gone, though. He be gone. Cody in the house. Famous Black in the house. Warren Wilkins, thank you. Warren Wilkins took off his shoes. That's all you got to do right there, baby. Some people wipe their feet. Some people take off their shoes. I appreciate the people who take off their shoes when they enter the house. This is the house, baby. Lawton Strickland. Louisiana Tiger. What up? Aaron Holland took off his shoes. That's my boy AH. AH, were you going off that wody last night in the group chat? I went through some of the stuff when I woke up this morning. Southern Buck done wiped his feet. Let's get it, y'all. Southern Buck is my dude. Let's get come on, man. Let's get the ratio is not good right there. Hit the thumbs up button. Come on. I know you a hater. You watching on Thanksgiving. You hating. Just go ahead and hit the thumbs up button while you hate. Let's go. That's right. You stepping up into the house of the real football heads. You got to wipe your feet or take off your shoes. Either one. This is the house of the real football heads. Young Coke in the house. Lawton says, thumbs up, y'all. Let's get it to 50. Let's go. TJ Robinson, happy Thanksgiving. I don't know. I might have to bring Nice Murph out today. Michigan about to get crushed. I'm a Michigan fan. Congratulations to you, brother. Let's go. Stephen Lowry. What up? Whose mama dressing is the best? Who mama out there cooking some good stuff? Anybody's mother out there cooking some good stuff? I didn't have that luxury. My mom was too young or something like that. She was never been a good cook. So I had to get that from my grandparents and my aunties and stuff. CJ said his mom. Whose mom out there got that work? Whose mom got that work? Let's go. Christy says, I'm a mom cooking good stuff. Okay, Christy, we might have to let you stick around, though, but no cheerleading, right? But you got that work. You got to say you got that work. Big Mac Jones. Everybody trying to throw out these nicknames. When you come on Top Billing, everybody trying to throw these nicknames out. What's wrong with these people, man? I do the nicknames. Relax. Happy Thanksgiving, Steven. UJ Merkin said his mom Deuce got that work. That Tilly got the shoes. That's not how you take off your shoes, bro. I don't know what you're saying. You're trying to be cute. If you want to take off your shoes, you got a super chat. Let's get it to 50. Come on, y'all. The ratio is not even half, really. I need to watch that Michigan breakdown, but I think they have a decent chance. Rich Raines. Now, that's how you take off your shoes. Rich Raines. Let's go. His first name is applicable. Rich Raines. Happy Thanksgiving, bro. I appreciate it, Rich Raines. That's how you take off your shoes. Going like that, you may have took off some more stuff. I don't know about you, Rich Raines. Rich Raines kind of took off his shorts and shit. What's going on? Damn, look at this. Thomas and Rich Raines, they really taking off some stuff, man. They took off their jacket and stuff. Let's get it. What is that? That's hard. Appreciate it, Thomas, Jared Hillis. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. What up, Louisiana Banks? Gabriel, what up? All right, y'all ready? He looking forward to the mac and cheese and the pies. What's good? Thomas Robertson, a member, getting it popping. All right, y'all. So where y'all want to go? I'm nice today. I'm going to take a consensus of what y'all want to talk about first, right? I don't got long to be here, whatever like that. So you know that means I probably only have 6 hours. every time I gotta go somewhere, y'all always make me stay on like an extra 8 hours. Antoine in the house. Caleb says rivalry week. Nobody wants to talk about Georgia and Georgia Tech, Caleb. Egg Bowl. Nobody wants to talk about the Egg Bowl. How is Penn State above UF in the rankings? How is Penn State above UF in the rankings? With a I don't know. You know, people, they value the Ohio State team, right? And they did give Ohio State a run for its money. Chad Hollis, what up? They barely lost to Wisconsin. I mean, barely lost to Minnesota. I don't know. I wouldn't put them above UF, but for sure. Only losses for UF playoff teams. Yes, sir. LSU, Georgia. Joshua in the building. Chrissy says, I'm a dog and I don't even want to talk about Georgia and Georgia Tech. Exactly. We're not talking about Georgia versus Georgia Tech. I'm sorry. Georgia offense versus LSU defense, or Georgia defense versus LSU offense. I can't wait. Nah. Charlie Bradley took off his shoes. Thank you. Let's get it. Let's go. Nakia in the house. What up? Man, a whole lot of the regulars in the house. I like this. Mac Jones and Bama going on the road to play against that Auburn defense. All right, so where we starting, y'all? Where we starting? You see what the headline is, right? We gotta hit that headline soon, though. Coach Collins' mom's in here trying to talk about the game. Hey, Coach Collins resents that, man. I'll just shoot Coach Collins a text right now, man. I wish I could get him to come on. No telling what he's doing, though. Coach Collins' mom, don't be up in here trying to, you know what I'm saying, give your son some shine with the Georgia Tech shit. I was watching Georgia Tech versus NC State, and man, they got a lot of players that I know from the recruiting scene, like Malachi Carter. Some of those quarterbacks, they got like 8 quarterbacks. They moved Tobias Oliver to receiver. Jordan Mason and Jerry Howard, those guys. I really like those dudes. Jamias Griffin's on the team. They got some name brand. David Curry, Charlie Thomas, of course Trey Swilling. Those are some good players, but they'll be good in the future, right? Right as of now, from what I saw, the inability to stop the inside run game, the inability to just on defense, right? They got to get a lot better, right? I know Coach Collins will have them there. I'm never the one to say that it's impossible to do anything. Anything is possible, but it's very much close to that for Georgia Tech beating Georgia. I think they should have a field day against Georgia Tech. But those boys will be coming out raring to play. And then Georgia has shown traditionally, right, it can look ahead to some big games too. So that would be the only silver lining, in my opinion, for Georgia Tech. But other than that, Georgia should take care of business. So that's all you're going to get from me about Georgia Tech. Shout out to Coach Collins, though, man. All right. I'll just read what you guys are talking about there. I want to see OSU at the Wolves. Peoples Jones going against Okudah will be hard. Nick Saban's ability to make average QB shine is amazing. I'm not sure that Mac Jones is average, though, right? He's a very good recruit. So he was in our Rivals 5-Star Challenge, right? So that lets you know right there. If you're in the Rivals 5-Star Challenge, and you're probably one of the top 100 to 150 players in the entire country. So he was there competing to get his 5th star. So which means at the very least he was a 4-star, I would have to imagine. And he played and performed admirably, really good, man. A very good leader. I remember one time I was just on the sideline with my camera and stuff like that. And he turns around to me. He's like, man, look at all this. He's like, look at all, we're going to win a national championship, man. Because they had Alex Leatherwood there. Najee Harris was there. Not Calvin, really. The receiver right now. Jerry Jeudy was there. Devontae Smith and all these guys are there. He was like, look at this, because he had the 7-on-7 team, and they will put you on the 7-on-7 team according to where you were committed and everything, just to have that camaraderie. And he was real hyped up, man. A very adequate arm strength, decent accuracy, actually very good accuracy. I love the mechanics of him and everything. Mac Jones, I wouldn't say he's average. He was behind 2 guys who are, one extremely, almost like a generational talent in Tua, and the other guy we seen, if he played at Oklahoma his entire career, will be thought of a lot differently, because he can put up numbers like Joe Burrow and Tua himself, right, playing at Oklahoma, and Jalen Hurts. So sometimes it's just where you pick. If he was at Kentucky right now, we'd be thinking something totally. He'd probably be a 3-year starter. I think he's better than Terry Wilson and and that's what it is. He chose to go to Alabama, right? Sometimes you reap what you sow, I guess, but I wouldn't consider him average, though. Santee, what up? Happy Thanksgiving from the Wrench Mob. What up, Santee? Thank you, Santee. Santee be a little, you know what I'm saying? Santee, Santee be on that freaky shit, I think, bro. So Santee be weird. He might, be trying to take some other shit off other than his shoes. But just take off your shoes, Santee. Only your shoes. Mac Jones is the third or fourth best QB in the SEC. Don't know about all that. You've gone too far. I would have to say he's not better than Jake Fromm. If what are you throwing away Tua? He's not better than Joe Burrow. He's not better than I don't think he's better than Kellen Mond. Kellen Mond, I think, is extremely underrated, right? He's gotten a lot better under Jimbo Fisher. And some of the stuff that I saw him doing to Georgia, I'm like, what? Kyle Trask. I don't think he's better than Kyle Trask. We just don't know. It's such a small sample size to say that somebody's the third or fourth best kid. To me, you're being a fan right there. Just relax. Right? How, Sway? But I think he's very talented. But we will see. But to say that he's the third or the fourth best player, Kelly Bryant. I don't think he's better than Kelly Bryant. I already said Trask. Come on, you guys got to listen. What's wrong with Southern Buck, man? Southern Buck be on that Southern comfort. What's wrong with you, Southern Buck? Mac Jones on Vandy would not look good. I don't think a lot of these, that's what, I'm be honest with you. You could put Tua on Vandy, and I don't think he looks like Tua Tagovailoa. We've only known Tua from throwing against guys who will be in the first round of the NFL drafts or throwing with those guys, right? He threw with Irv Smith, you know what I mean? Or early round draft picks. He threw with Calvin Ridley. He threw with Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, Henry Ruggs, Jalen Waddle. All his weapons are high caliber potential NFL players. So you put Tua Tagovailoa on a team with Vanderbilt with 3 total weapons, period, and those weapons to me are average, then even he would look a lot different. So people have to give a lot of respect to these weapons. And that's what I said when I did the thing about Mac Jones. It wasn't necessarily about what Mac Jones can bring to the table. It's about what everyone around him can bring to the table. Not to mention he's playing with a line that has Alex Leatherwood and Jedrick Wills and Landon Dickerson on it. He's handing the ball off to Najee Harris and Brian Robinson. They are absolutely loaded regardless of the quarterback, right? So Tua is a generational type talent, but is he a generational type talent if he played at Colorado, right? He would still be very good, but playing with those type of weapons, it can make anybody look even better than what they are, even somebody as talented as Tua. So that's what I'm saying. I think Mac Jones will look a lot better than people think. And the overarching point was the fact that he has an NFL offensive coordinator and Coach Sark, and how they're getting the ball out. He's doing pop passes to some of the most explosive players that we've seen. Little pop passes, hitches, and slants, and these guys are taking the ball 70 and 80 yards. I cannot explain that any better or any more clear, right? Every year, I mean, every week, right? Especially when we're talking about someone like the Private Jake, right? Jake Fromm. Private Jake does not have that type of luxury. So we're seeing that. Last year, he had that a little bit, right? He had a whole bunch of NFL receivers and everything. These guys are NFL receivers that he has right now, but they're younger in their development. Or a guy like Lawrence Cager, who probably will be the fifth or sixth best receiver on a team like Alabama or LSU. You know what I'm saying? So always keep that in mind right there when we're talking about that. These weapons can make these QBs look even a lot better. So I don't think Mac Jones is average by any stretch of the imagination, but he can definitely look way above average with those type of weapons. The wideouts are Bama's strength more so than the QB. I think it was kind of an equal give and take scenario. One hand washes the other, both wash the face with have as accurate as Tua is, though. Don Brown, this dude, Gabriel, come on, man. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about Don Brown. Happy Thanksgiving, Matt. Just drop that like. I feel it comes down to the QB play, and Burrow overall is just accurate deep downfield. And what are we talking about? I guess you're talking about LSU, Georgia, right? We'll get there. We're going to have a whole week. You know, this comes down to that, right? So this is the team, right? Everybody's late to the dance. Go back and look at all that. I already said that this was the year that was LSU's year to be in the playoffs, right? And you know that I always thought Georgia would be in the playoffs. But this game is here. I'm going to have a lot on that, all right? I know both of these teams like the back of my hands. But these other teams, I don't really want to talk about that much, so we'll talk about them on Thanksgiving. Ohio State and teams like that. I think Fromm is more NFL ready. He makes more NFL type throws in the small windows. He has no choice. Every throw that he's making has to be some type of NFL throw. I wish that he could have just easy throws like Joe Burrow gets or Tua got. Yeah, still would press up, but yeah. So Iron Bowl. We talk about the Iron Bowl. Auburn is a mother. Y'all know how I feel about Auburn. I think Auburn is a very good team. It's right there, and I think it'll still be right there even in the future. Right, ton of young talent around Bo Nix on the offensive side of the ball, and a ton of talent on defense beyond Derrick Brown and Marlon Davidson as well that people aren't recognizing. For this particular game, I think could be very much Alabama's equal in this game. So I think this is kind of a 50-50 fight, right? Whereas if Tua was playing, I would definitely lean Alabama, right? Because there's still struggles on Auburn's back end to me to defend vertically down the field. And if anything, those boys can go to those vertical concepts at a moment's notice. Some of the tackling on Auburn seems to be poor a little bit. And but without Tua, it can be more of a 50-50 game, in my opinion. And not to say that they couldn't beat Alabama with Tua or whatever. I just said that those particular type of scenarios, I think that Steve Sarkisian could really find and exploit right there. He has to be a little bit more careful with Mac Jones just because of the inexperience factor. He has not started and played against a team the likes of Auburn with that type of defense and what they could do up front. So we'll see what this offensive line is made of as well. I still think it's a little fugazi. I think it can be had. Alex Leatherwood, I think is good. Is he great? Is he Andrew Thomas? I don't think he is. Jedrick Wills, the same thing, right? Some of the guys on the inside, Evan Neal and Deontay Brown, Landon Dickinson, we'll see. So that's going to be a great matchup right there. I can't wait for that one. You know what I mean? What time is it? What time are they going to play that one? Jay Lee in the house. Happy Turkey Day. My man, Cage's ankle injury is going to hurt UJ and the Natty run. Time for the youngins to step up. Hopefully they're kind of sandbagging on that bad boy, and he's available for the SEC championship game. That will be my thing. I think if anything, though, he'll give it a go. The thing about Lawrence Cager is what he lacks in talent. I think he has a little bit of heart to him, though. RL in the house. Happy Thanksgiving from Macon, Georgia. Macon, Georgia, the hometown of your boy, or the birthplace of your boy, the Underground King right here. Any truth to the Cager injury? There's truth to it. He hurt his ankle in practice. There's definitely truth to it. But the severity of it, we'll see. All right, this would be a great time to play some games with LSU with your top receiver and maybe have them having to worry about some other stuff, then you stick them out there. But how impactful will he be? We'll see. But to me, it comes down, all right, so I guess you could say there's two Lawrence Cagers on the field if George Pickens is there. But I guarantee you, if you look at George Pickens and Lawrence Cager's numbers right now, they're virtually identical. They do the same stuff, and they seem like they have the same exact type of success with the same exact type of stuff, right? So it's finding somebody beyond George Pickens and Lawrence Cager to me that will make or break Georgia. What's up, Pine Saw? Do I think Auburn should let Gus go? I think it should be a mutual parting of the ways. I don't think he should be let go. I think he's a very good coach. I would if I'm him though, I want to go. And if I'm Auburn, I want him to go. So it should be a mutual parting of the ways. What we got here? UGA beats LSU. Utah definitely in the playoff. One of the things that I want to, oh man, what y'all tripping with the thumbs up, man? There's a lot of people up in here, man. At least get it to 75. Why is Oklahoma being disrespected like that? I'm confused about the disrespect for Oklahoma. And you timed that dude out for that cornball take? He's still talking about South Carolina? All right, let's let this dude back in with the South Carolina shit so I can spaz out on him and we can get him out on Thanksgiving, right? Because what I tell you, don't click on top billing with your cornball casual fan takes and thinking that it's going to fly. Why are you still talking about South Carolina game? That's the dumbest shit ever. Was anybody still talking about the Pittsburgh loss, the Clemson lost to Pittsburgh after it won the national championship? Did it matter that Clemson lost to Pittsburgh at home? Or need I remind you in 2017 when they beat Alabama for the national championship? Did anybody care about that? You know what they cared about? They cared about the fact that they went on and then they beat the shit out of Oklahoma and they beat Auburn earlier in the year and all this. It's about your wins as well. You're going to continue to harp on some bullshit ass, right? They took the team that gave Auburn, gave LSU fits at home, right? Auburn. And let's be honest here, the game wasn't very competitive until the end when Georgia started being lackadaisical in its coverage. They beat Auburn. They beat Florida. They beat Texas A&M, which happens to be Alabama's best win currently. Like, what are you talking about? Why are you still harping on a loss? You know why you harp on a loss? Because you're a fucking loser. Losers harp on some negative shit like that. What about the positive shit? There's nobody else in the country outside of LSU that can claim to have beaten 3 teams that are in the top 16. 3 top 16 teams. Alabama has 0 wins over a top 25 team, period. You can say that about a myriad of these teams across the country like that. Say what they did positively as well. Don't just talk about the negative shit. Or if you're going to do that, take that shit to one of the mumble rap channels, bro. We don't do that here. We're talking real football head shit. You don't get it, right? It's just not that hard. Come on. Why I got to spaz on Thanksgiving? All right, let's go. Talking about USC. Why are you still mentioning South Carolina? Since then, they've only gone on to beat multiple teams in the top 16. Teams within the top 10 in the country. The fuck out of here. OU has an easier route to the playoffs than Utah. All right, give me Utah's best wins, right? So they would have to have beaten Oregon in the big Pac-12. What's the other big win for Utah? Kanye Murph is here. Murph Ye West. Yes, Georgia had 3 turnovers in that game. Georgia held South Carolina to 7 points on offense. 7. 3 turnovers, and it took a act of Congress for Georgia to lose the game. They still almost won the game. They drove down, tied that bad boy up, and then a freaking interception off of a dude's hand. This shit come on. That's not some shit to continue to talk about. If it were, the College Football Playoff Committee would have been ousted Georgia. Even they're not even talking about this shit no more. They're talking about, damn, Georgia keeps beating all these good teams. Where's that dude at, man? He's still on timeout. Dogs haven't had a turnover since that game. All right, somebody give me Oregon and Oregon and Washington. All right, Oregon, I'll give you. That's a great win. Washington, though? So give me Oklahoma's biggest wins. It will be Baylor. That's a hard win. Baylor's a doper win to me than even Oregon. Arizona State, I can't count. Yeah, they would have to have beaten Baylor twice. You know how hard it is to beat someone twice? Unless you Deontay Wilder, you beating somebody twice is hard as hell in one season. We're talking about currently people are trying to seed people in the some dumbass talked about the South Carolina loss for Georgia with his weak ass Paul Feinbaum type take. Cletus, they lost to USC. Cletus, Rico Wheat, what up? Utah didn't beat Oregon. Utah did not beat Oregon. Then what's the biggest win for Utah? I'm confused. Oh no, they're saying that if Utah, they're paying it forward. Utah will have to beat Oregon in the Pac-12 championship for it to be there. So I'm saying if all else fails, Oklahoma team that beat Baylor twice, it also beat there's another ranked team in the Pac in the Big 12. What's the other team that they had on the schedule that they beat? No, if Georgia wins, then you can pack up the ship for most of these teams for real. Oklahoma State is ranked. They have not played Oklahoma State yet. They play them this week. I'm confused by that. Iowa State. No, Iowa State's not ranked either. That's the win. Bo, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, Playboy. Yeah, no halftime adjustments, man. That's what football is about, y'all. It's about those halftime adjustments, man. OK State is ranked 21. Okay, that's dope. That's dope. But they would have to beat them right now. So they beat OK State right now, and then Baylor a couple of times over Utah beating who? Arizona State. That's not hard. Oregon, that would be hard. And then you said the other team was who? I don't know, man. I think Oklahoma's being disrespected. We're talking about the disrespect of Oklahoma as compared to the other teams, right? Yeah, I don't care if you're ranked when they beat you. Who cares about that shit, CJ? To me, that's a goofball. They need to eradicate that shit. I don't give a fuck. What do rankings matter in they played them relatively early, right? So what do off-season rankings mean? We clearly know that Texas sucks. Beating them does not matter. It should be about where you are at the end of the season, right? If you play one of these, because the people will give you that credit, right? That's what I'm saying. That's pussy. Like, they'll give you that credit, right? If you beat this team earlier this season, then they reel some shit off, and then they're ranked the number 5 team now, right? But they weren't, you know what I'm saying? To me, it shouldn't. If you lose, if you beat this team and 6 other teams beat them as well, what does it matter? What if Baylor wins out? So their only loss would be to Oklahoma, and then Baylor beat whom else? Oh, Oklahoma. That would be a great win. That would be one of the biggest wins that anybody could say, right? Beating Oklahoma, and then who else would they have beaten? Baylor. I don't even know why the Kansas State loss was that bad. Wasn't right? What is Kansas State right now? I know they lost again, I believe. Texas sucks. Texas should not be anyone's biggest win. They have like 5 losses. They're about to have D-Day on Saturday. About to be like 800 coaches gone from Texas. Watch on Saturday or Monday or whatever. Other than Oklahoma, Baylor want to have another big win. And they had lost to Oklahoma previously. So, yeah, I wouldn't do Baylor. All right, let's get the case. All right, so we gave the case. Oklahoma is my biggest at-large team right now, right? Minnesota. What about the case for Minnesota? Somebody give me a case. We're playing lawyer now. What was this shit with Perry Mason? We're doing the Perry Mason John right now. Somebody give me a case for Minnesota. What's up, Nicholas? Happy Thanksgiving, Anthony. Wisconsin should not have a chance. Like how you can't lose 2 games. I don't understand what you don't know about that stuff. There's nobody ever lost 2 games and made the college football playoffs. Nick Saban says, I'm the realest on YouTube when it comes to football facts. That's what I do, baby. Because you know why? Because I don't listen to nobody else. Everybody else be listening to my shit, talking about me on their channel or their people, whatever like that. I don't know nothing but my own brain. So my facts are going to, at the very least, be authentic. You may not agree with them, but you know they're coming from an authentic place. All right, Minnesota beat Penn State. That's hard. If they beat Wisconsin, and they would have to beat Ohio State too. If they beat Penn State, Wisconsin, and Ohio State, I don't see how you leave them out. Creators never follow. Exactly. I'm a leader, bro. I've been a leader my whole life. I've been a trendsetter. What if Michigan blows out Ohio State? Well, give me the scenario beyond that. Are you trying to make a case for Michigan being in the college football playoff? Because I don't think that there's still 2-loss team. Great team, great talented team, but it would still be a 2-loss team. Are you trying to say Ohio State should not be in the playoffs? I think Ohio State would still have a chance though to with that Minnesota. But if they lost to Michigan and Minnesota, nope, no playoffs. Not enough quality wins, in my opinion. Can't do it. What do y'all think about that? So if Ohio State, right, lost to Michigan and then turned around and lost to Minnesota, they would be done as well, right? Oh, what are we marking down, Marco Polo? You know about speaking in absolutes on this. You know what I'm saying? You're one of my longtime guys who don't mark anything down, bro. All right, done. Christian said they're done if that happens. Marco says they finished if that happened. No loss, no for Long Johnson. Get you a new name though, bro. What's wrong with you? OSU already clinched the Big Ten title appearance. Hell yeah. They already beat Penn State. And then Michigan already has 2 losses. They're undefeated. So they got a 1 game. Caleb's laughing. If LSU lost by a field goal to Georgia in the SEC championship, could LSU sneak back in the – bro, I don't care if LSU lost by 2 touchdowns to Georgia. LSU's in the playoffs. That would be 1 loss to a very great Georgia team, in my opinion. It's the number 4 team in the country, and it has a whole bunch of wins over a whole bunch of good teams too. No, sorry, Clemson. Clemson can't afford any losses. Horrible schedule. Clemson can't afford any losses, but the funny thing about it, once it gets into the playoffs, to me, it's probably the favorite. All right, Matt says, what if LSU and OSU both lose the conference championship games? LSU is fine. If OSU lose the conference championship game, it should be fine as well because it will have beaten Michigan and Penn State. Its seeding, though, would be 4th. All right, what if LSU loses to Texas A&M and then LSU loses to Georgia? LSU's out. Can't lose to A&M in Georgia. So that's what I'm saying. Don't completely write LSU in right now. Texas A&M played, I know, I'm not going to talk about last year. Last year's last year, but LSU played Georgia very, very closely, in my opinion, right? It was never any danger for Georgia, but you can see the type of talent that Texas A&M has. That's right. So Christian Phillips put it out there. 2 losses and anyone is done. For real. There's not going to be a 2-win team make the playoffs. Unless somehow everybody ends up with 2 losses. Then is there a chance that everyone can end up with 2 losses? There's not a chance though, right? Because these teams are playing each other. Auburn could have did it in 2017. I'm confused. How could it, if it could have did it, then why didn't it do it? Very confused by that statement there, Coke. But if both of them lose, you got Clemson, Georgia, and Minnesota, along with LSU and Ohio State, who misses out. I'm confused by that. You put like 8 teams in that statement, stuff. I'm gonna read it again. But if both of them lose, both of who? See, you got to be directly. When I got 5,000 people come, I don't know what you was talking about previously to that. Is Michigan playing the best ball in the Big Ten right now? Is it playing the best ball? You have to say Ohio State is playing the best football right there, but Michigan is right there with them. If AU would have won the SEC championship game, yeah, that's true because it would have been a 2-loss conference champion. But though 2 wins would have been over Georgia and Alabama, so it would have had, you know what I'm saying? Like some of these conference champions, they'll be winning the conference championship, but against a boo-boo team. Auburn could have probably have done that, beating Alabama and Georgia. Georgia twice, that would have been hard. What I tell you, it's hard as hell to beat a team twice, though. If Oklahoma beat Baylor twice, man, you got to give Oklahoma some love. These Georgia fans out here depending on Lawrence Cager. Might not be a championship team if that's the dude that you have to depend on in college football. You got 15,000 other receivers. Learn how to develop your players. Does Michigan's D have the athletic players to effectively spy Fields? Penn State looked horrible. Does Michigan D have the athletic? Hell yeah. You know who fucking Khaleke Hudson is? That dude's an animal. Hell yeah. They got more than enough people. That's a fast defense. It's a Don Brown defense. And it's one of his fastest defenses. I think he means Penn State looked horrible on maybe trying to spy him. The hell is that? Come on, man. Don't be coming up here playing around, bro. Nobody knows what that is right there, man. This dude trying to be cute. He done found a little thing, right, and got cute. Join the content, brother. Hope Mims stays home to play for UGA. Who the hell is Mims? This dude up here giving out pesos and shit. How much is 2,000 pesos? That shit like $2. Oh, that's $20? No, it's not. That's yen for real? That's peso. What is that? Fernando, what is that, man? How you do that there? It is orange, so orange I think is $20, but he's from Russia? Where are you from, Fernando? Let's put you on the hot seat right here. I think you're being cute. Who's Mims though? Fernando, who's Mims? Mims? You lived in Japan for 8 years, Lamar? Damn. You don't know somebody until you know them. So that's 2,000 is 20. $20 from Japan. I got that late, baby. We worldwide, baby. Fernando, let's get it. Well, Fernando, thank you. I appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving as well. But who the hell is Mims? Am I missing somebody? Denzel Mims from Baylor? I'm confused. You're from Cochran, Georgia? Oh, okay. You're stationed overseas? Let's give Fernando a little love. International billing, baby. Worldwide. Are you stationed overseas, Fernando? Or you moved out there on your hustle mode? Man, y'all know when YouTube go to cash that shit though, it's gonna be like Damn, you ain't even let him say nothing yet. Okay, yes, sir, the Navy. All right. Salutes to my man Fernando in the Navy. Oh, in Japan, baby. I love Japan. Everybody get that man, show that man some love. Get that man a hand clap. Lamar said he be in Grayson a lot. Dang, why you be in Grayson a lot? Japan is hard. I wouldn't mind going to Japan. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody get that man a hand gesture. There you go. Salute that man. Salute Fernando. Thank you for your service. Worldwide billing. There you go. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Salute. These some hard ass salutes. Got the fist bumps, the claps. What about the wave? Anybody got a wave? Praises. Got the praises, John. Got the handshake, John. Oh, pause. We got to pause some of that. There's the high. I said pesos. Bro, let's be all right. You know your boy birthday been nowhere. I don't know what the hell that is. I ain't know what was going on. That man done sent me them pesos, man. You know YouTube can't cash no pesos. I mean, he done sent some shit. YouTube click on it and they owe him money. Anchor down. Thumb this video up. Let's get it, says Marco. Strong. Everybody, all right, man. Good job. Thank you, Fernando. We gave you some. If you come, I will be sure to meet you. Okay, yeah, for sure. For sure. If I'm in Japan, I'm hooking up with Fernando. Pause. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to think anything more than that. He be like, Murph, you know what I'm saying? I gave you some of that, you know what I'm saying? I sent some of that money to you. You know you owe me, right? I'm like, uh-oh. All right, y'all, so where we going? Splendor. Hardy Petty with the Splendor. All right, y'all, where we at? So we done made the case right there. Who's the only 2-loss team that y'all would give credit to if even LSU with 2 losses, man. How would y'all feel about a 2-loss LSU team getting into the college football playoff? Georgia? No, I wouldn't. If Georgia loses again, I can't let it be up in the playoff. Sorry. Bad loss to USC. Just answer the question. This is not hard. Damn, Lamar, you said out? Pound sauce is nah. At 2 losses, I couldn't put LSU in either. What? Talking college football here. Come on, man. Don't disrespect the channel, bro. Time him out or get him out. A 2-loss Bama team? Hell no. 2-loss Michigan team. All right, so let's make the case for Michigan. Michigan will have beaten Notre Dame, which is a great win. It will have beaten Ohio State. You need 3 hard ass wins to be a 2-loss team. What would be the 3rd win for Michigan that's hard? Yeah, they did put it on ND pretty good. They didn't beat Penn State. Penn State beat them though. All right, they beat Iowa. That's right. Where's Iowa ranked at right now? Right, Iowa's a very good team, but it took a couple of L's. Where's it? Is Iowa ranked right now? That is a pretty hard win. If they're 19th, that would. If we're talking about a 2-loss team, Michigan right now will be on my number one. What about Florida? Florida, not enough juice, huh? Florida beat Auburn. Florida beat who else? Florida got Iowa 17. That's hard. That's hard. But Michigan can't win the conference championship, so I couldn't give it to them. But they, even though they couldn't win the conference championship, suppose they end up beating the conference champion, which could be Ohio State, right? Ohio State could lose to Michigan and still go ahead and go to the college football playoffs. Florida's not mediocre. Florida's not mediocre. Don't say that. But Florida doesn't have enough wins, right? Florida only has Auburn. Okay. All right. What about a 2-loss Georgia? If that loss, right, to LSU, let's just say it came down literally to like a 65-yard field goal by LSU. What would you think about a 2-loss Georgia? Nope. LSU really the only team? Man, but if LSU loses to Georgia and Texas A&M, it would be kind of in the same boat as a lot of these other teams. Because to me, that Texas win is doo-doo trash now, right? Nobody can't count that shit no more. 2-loss Georgia out of the playoffs. Okay. 2-loss Georgia better than 1-loss Alabama. We're getting to Alabama. Just relax. You see how we do in this channel? We're not preemies here. We don't prematurely evaluate. That shit, Texas is doo-doo trash. Y'all know I hate Texas. They treat my little nephew bad over there. Florida can't win a conference championship, and I feel that it's important with 2 L's. All right, so you would give to be a 2L team. I don't know, Steph, you still on that shit, bro? Michigan will have some hard ass wins. Iowa, Notre Dame, and Ohio State. That's as good as anybody else's in the country's resume, though. That's my thing. You would say, okay, that was a bad loss to Wisconsin. That's the USC East loss or whatever like that. It was really bad. That loss to Penn State, they were the first person to really expose Penn State. Penn State jumped on them, and they had to hold on for dear life. Hey Cole, relax, dude. Don't get your little nerdy ass the fuck out of here, bro. We're giving scenarios, man. We're not talking about whatever that fanboy shit you're talking about right now. You're on the wrong stream. Okay, we've moved on from Florida. Let's not talk about Florida anymore. I'm just throwing out 2-loss teams, right? Because everybody's going to mention these teams, especially these people right here, because Florida's prevalent on this channel. Don't mention Florida no more. Lamar says, gotta be a 2-loss conference champion that avenges in the conference loss in that championship. Okay. Auburn. What about Auburn? Auburn beats Alabama. No, wait, Auburn already has 3 losses, doesn't it? Auburn screwed. Sorry. Oregon, no, Oregon, I can't do it. Man, the only thing. What about Minnesota, right? Minnesota has 1 loss. It can't do it either. It needs to be beating Wisconsin. Suppose it loses to Wisconsin and then beats. No, if it lost to Wisconsin, it couldn't make the right. If Wisconsin beats Minnesota, Wisconsin would go to the Big Ten championship game. Demontre, will you follow the script, bro? Relax. We're on one team, then we're going to get there. Relax. These dudes don't be having no chicks, right? Chicks don't like dudes without patience. Wisconsin could do it. All right. So Wisconsin beat Minnesota, right? And it makes the conference championship game and beats Ohio State. What would you think about Wisconsin? Because it would have a win over Michigan, Minnesota, and Ohio State. That would be hard. You could probably say that's the best resume in the sport. Aaron Pennington, appreciate you, bro. My man. Can we stay on here? Can we stay on here? We're just talking about Wisconsin in that scenario right there. Wisconsin, if it beats Minnesota and then turns around and beats Ohio State. Two loss Wisconsin over one loss OU and Utah. That's what we're asking. This we're just giving scenarios, bro. Just relax. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we're the actual college football playoff committee. Dudes in here letting their thongs show. You let them in. I would go with Wisconsin in that case. Better resume. All right, so that two-loss Wisconsin would have beaten Michigan, Minnesota, and Ohio State over Oklahoma with one loss and have beaten Baylor twice, and the other one was, I forget the other jabroni team, but it could shovel my snow. Iowa State is a jabroni team. My bad. Iowa State there's no way Iowa State is still ranked, right? Iowa State got like 4 losses. Oklahoma State. I'm sorry. Yeah, Oklahoma State. Yeah, not Iowa State. Oklahoma State. So Oklahoma State beats Oklahoma State this weekend, beats Baylor once again in a rematch, right? Hard as hell to beat someone in a rematch and only has one loss. You would put Wisconsin in with the 2 losses because they would have the better resume, you would say, beating Michigan, Minnesota, and Ohio State. No, says Marco. Yes, Wisconsin already lost to Ohio State, but I'm saying it would be a rematch in the Big Ten championship game, so they would avenge that loss. So you could essentially erase a loss from your record. Kind of. Oh my God, this Taylor dude's being annoying. Work with the scenario, bro. I'm gonna give you one last time, and then we're gonna let you go, bro. I hate people that are new and try to come in and dominate conversation, and you can't follow the script of what we do here. Pink slip, and he's on pink slip notice. I just put him on there. So we didn't even mention that Wisconsin already lost to Ohio State and would beat them in the Big Ten championship game. It will have avenged that loss, like Georgia did to Auburn. All right, hold on. Let's address this to Kendall Fox dude before he gets blocked. Anybody who starts off as "please don't block me" means that they're saying something stupid. So what are we talking about? Please don't block me, but a first-year starting Tua versus a fifth-year Joe. Give Bama a break, bro. All right, hold on. Hold on here. All right, so we've not talked anything about this particular subject, right? Not talked about this subject. And this moron says to give Bama a break. I've not even said anything about that. We have not even. I guess we're saving that for last because I let them control the conversation. What the fuck am I giving them a break for? You don't even know what I'm going to say on the subject. What are we talking about? You so fan with a thong on backwards that you up there conceding some shit that I ain't even said nothing about yet. What break am I giving anybody? You don't even know my stance on the subject. Give them a break? What the hell is he talking about? And just to preview that, I think you actually have it backwards as to what I'm going to say. No, I want him to say that. Because these people be living in their own brains, right? These people need to be in Arkham, in Gotham City or some shit. What the fuck you talking about? What am I mean? No, he was saying in the thing, right? Because I compared 2018 Alabama versus 2019 LSU. Who has the best offense? And he's like, give Alabama a break. Fifth-year Joe. It's Joe's second year starting. Like, what does it matter if he's fifth? If it's his fifth year, and then these guys, there's a whole bunch of players on Alabama's team, right? That were upperclassmen. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, relax, bro. Who cares what year the quarterback was? But what am I giving somebody a break for? You don't even know what I'm talking about. Where is he at? Who said this? What's his name? I rescind my comment. Don't rescind your comment. I want to know what would make you, as a human being, come in here and automatically assume some shit about something that you have no clue of anything. Like, what are you talking about? Dude said, give him a break. Ruggs, Judy, Smith, Harris, Bama gets no breaks. There's nothing to give a break about. I'm only comparing them because it's one of the greatest offenses we've seen, period. Right? 3 NFL running backs on the team. I'm talking about from Alabama. When we get there, we'll get there, man. That dude right there, he should, you know what I'm saying? You should probably want to leave. We're going to get there, Peyton Mack. We're going to, this is the title of the video. Obviously, I'm going to get there, right? The two, I'm only comparing them because I think they're very comparable. Ain't no breaks. Give him a break, Murph. Please stall him out, Murph. Like, what you talking about? I ain't say nothing. Yeah, Bama fans do be getting on. I'm not gonna lie. Bama fans, think about it. This channel was built off the back of Alabama, and you see I rarely do Alabama content. They are that bad. All right, so where we at now? He done got me all up out of my zone, and I was doing good too, man. Give them a break. First, stay working. If I don't work, then who's gonna work for me? On that woody. And Ross Smith, what happened to him? Oh, too many emojis, bro. Hey, remember, we have a 2 emoji limit. 1 emoji is fine. 2 emojis is suspect. 3 emojis, you take pipe. I'm an LSU fan, but I think you were right about comparing both of these offenses. It's going to be a great comparison. When we break it down, I'm telling you, it's going to be a great comparison. That Alabama, LSU is not doing shit that we had not seen already because Alabama literally just did it last year. If we're just talking about the SEC, Alabama was doing all this shit last year. They are super mirror images of each other. That's what I'm saying. Why does this dude want me to give them a break? Give them a break, man. All right, where we at, man? I'm tired of thinking about this dude. Oh, God. I'm not going to lie. Anybody who says the word situational play calling, I'm not going to lie. I want to drop anvils on their head. I'm tired of that shit. The fuck? What are you talking about? Alabama killed everybody. How are they doing better situational play when Alabama was torching people? Absolutely. They went the whole damn season damn near, and Tua didn't even have to play in the fourth quarter. Joe Burrow done played in all kind of fourth quarters. Hold on, we're gonna get there, man. We're gonna get there. Relax. You gotta relax. As Noriega would say, you gotta relax. Shanti had to laugh because I threw him a shot. I was still waiting for Alabama's defense to play up to its potential too, right? So that's something that I harped on all last season, and people was saying that I was hating. You hating and all this and that. It was probably that same dude who wanted me to stall Alabama out when he don't even know what I'm about to say. It probably was him, but I could see the cracks in the defense then. I was like, man, this defense is not that good. Remember, they did some blunder type shit too that the Alabama fans were trying to like when you bring up the Vanderbilt game for LSU fans, what do they say? Oh no, man, they did good. I know they lied because they stuttered. They did fine, man. They didn't score that much. I remember they had that same shit last year versus Arkansas. I want to say it was some weird game like that. I'm like, damn, Arkansas put up like 400 yards against Alabama. I'm like, that's kind of weird. But then the Alabama fans like, no, man, it was a blowout, and then same exact scenario. I'm telling you. That's why everybody penciling in LSU to win the national championship. We literally just saw the same exact scenario last year. It very well could win the national championship, but it's not a foregone conclusion because Alabama was doing this shit last year. Hell, Alabama was doing this shit this year. Hey, Kendall Fox, man, your first post was the worst post. First post was the worst post, bro. I think you should just relax. Nobody cares about this stuff and all this we and shit like that. We're not doing that here. So we're trying to find real football heads, not people who are talking about we and all this. You don't play for Alabama. That's why you got your thong going backwards, because you think you play for Alabama. Do you talk about the awards finalists on Tuesday? I didn't even see the awards finalists. Keyshawn, let's get it. He hit the thumbs up button. 36 to Vandy is pitiful. Yeah, but what did they do? Remember the Alabama versus Arkansas last year? They had excuses for that too. Tony say, love this shirt. This shit old, bro. You late. This shirt old. This was my LSU gold standard, John. What shirt we talking about? You talking about the bully? Hope you talking about the bully. That's new. Make sure y'all get them bully shirts, man. I got the black Jones available now, too. I'm about to get the black Jones. OU has no defense to compete with the other teams. Oklahoma doesn't have a good defense this year. I'm confused. Oklahoma plays much better offenses than a lot of these teams do. Where's Oklahoma's defense ranked right now? You know what? I don't got to ask people no more. I done set it up where I can just look myself. I think people are still living off of last year. Oklahoma has been playing a little bit better defense. Oklahoma's defense is 31st. They were like 109th last year. What you talking about? Do you watch football or do you skim it? Their defense is 31st. What is LSU's? 43rd. LSU's defense is 43rd. The 40th. Come on, man. Oklahoma's not playing better defense than they did last year. It's not perfect, but it's much better. And what do we always say? Man, if Oklahoma could just find an average defense, it looks like they found at least an above average defense, but they're not getting the respect. Alabama with Mac Jones will beat Georgia this year. No, I think it would be a bad day for that man, Mac Jones. Whatever you think they're going to do on offense is not going to happen against Georgia. And I think Alabama's defense is doo-doo trash as well. And I think Georgia can get off in that ass on there. What's this right here? You got them pesos. The pesos is back. Amarius Mims from Bleckley County. But I am out to be easy. I will continue to be a fan. I'm out. Be easy. Oh, okay. All right. Be easy, Fernando. Oh yeah, always continue, bro. But you're not a fan, bro. We're family. That's what I'm saying. These other dudes, they think they got fans. I got family. It's a big difference. I appreciate the pesos. That's 4,000 pesos is I think they said is 43 cents. Let's get it. 36.53. Word. 4,000 yen is like $37. That ain't no yen. That's pesos, man. Y'all out there struggling, man. That's just pesos. Pesos don't be translating that good. 90,000 pesos is like 23 cents. You can't switch gears, bro. It's called super chat. Joe always trying to join, never super chat a day in his life, but he always here and he's trying to switch gears. You know the rules of the game. You can't switch gears without super chatting. All right, so where we at? Why don't y'all be respectful to Oklahoma's defense? Why is this person still living like last year? Did that person watch football or do they skim it? How is Oklahoma don't have the defense to compete with these teams, and this defense was ranked like fucking like 90th or something last year, and they're the 31st ranked defense this year. And they, to me, still have the best offense. I like LSU's offense, Alabama's offense. I still think Oklahoma has the best offense. It's the most explosive. As explosive as LSU's offense is, it's still not as explosive as Oklahoma's. Let's look at that. Who has the number one offense between Oklahoma and LSU? Oklahoma, number one. In less plays. More yardage and less plays. 8.44 yards a play. What? LSU is 7.95 yards per play. More yard. Come on, man. Y'all sleeping on Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a very good team, man. In the 31st ranked. The number one offense with the 31st ranked defense, and y'all sleeping on them. OU offense couldn't beat K-State. What the fuck does that mean? They have the number one offense in the country, you idiot. Why are you even on the stream, for real? Why you say dumb shit like that? This is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. They're the number one offense in the country. They had a bad game. Now all of a sudden we're not supposed to know that it's the number one offense in the country. And it's the same fucking Oklahoma offense that we've only seen the last how many years balling. These dudes all be out here on that. They be gone, man. Like mentally just gone. You are gone. Now, stats be lying, but it is what it is. K-State put up 48. Hey, this dude goofy. I didn't even think about that. They put up 48. Oklahoma's probably still put up a whole bunch of offensive production in the game, but this dude don't watch football. He skims it. What did the offense do against Kansas State for this dude right here? And after we show him this, the reason why you should actually watch football, not skim it, time him the hell out. And I want y'all to hit him with them triple timeouts. It was 48-45, man. 48, 45, 41. Which one? Somebody give me. Let me do it myself. You guys is goofy with that. $48-41. They scored 41 points. What is this dude talking about? They had Jalen Hurts he had 395 yards passing. He was 19 out of 26. He only missed 7 passes and had 395 yards. And he had 100 yards rushing damn near. The hell is this dude? Wow, man. Where's that dude at? What was his name? Y'all hit him with the timeout. And I want everybody to time him out. That is the exact type of shit that I don't want at this channel. Where's his name at? He don't want to say nothing now, so we can't catch him. I can't catch him. I can't catch him. Where is he at? Santee, catch him and time him out. And who else? Who else is there? Kaylee, you here? Somebody time him out. Oh, there he is. Dorsey sorry, Dorsey. No, you can't do that. We can't do that. Whack-a-mole. Here we go. Time him out. AH got him. Somebody else. Come on, Santee, get him. Who else is there? Y'all keep timing him out. He gonna have to pay for his sins. That's a real football head sin. Their offense couldn't even beat Kansas State. 15,000 second timeout. Their offense couldn't beat. They put up like 600 yards on offense. There we go. He's up to 900. Dang, somebody call up Las Vegas and Jay Duval and Reggie Duval. We're gonna get this man a timeout record. That's exactly. So anybody watching this on the replay, do not come up in top billing saying goofy shit like that. That's just goofy. That's what you call not watching football. The offense was fine. That was the defense. You shouldn't put up 600 yards and 41 points and lose. Give me some thumbs up. Let's get it, baby. Let's get to 125. We here on Rocking on Thanksgiving. I got to paint the garage, and I'm still rocking with you boys. All right, where we at? Let's move the convo. How deadly do you think LSU as a whole can be if the defense plays a full 60 minutes? If they play a full 60 minutes, then they could be the best team in the country. No doubt about it. But guess what? You got to do it. I hate when people be like, but we played good in the first quarter, Murph. You going into the game, you know how long the game is and how long you have to play good for. Kendall Fox, J.H. and Lamar aren't the same. Hurts is a physical runner, and LJ is one of the most elusive QBs ever. Hurts is hard. How many yards has Jalen Hurts rushed for this year? He's having a phenomenal year. And I saw somebody in the Oklahoma media say I wanted to fly out there, right? I'm going to fly out there and start feeding dudes knuckle sandwiches or something like that. I hate bad journalism. They said bad Jalen or good Jalen. I'm like, don't do that to this dude just because he's a one-year rental. You wouldn't say that shit to Baker Mayfield when he had his bad games or Kyler Murray. You know what I'm saying? Because those guys were in the program for multiple years. You're only saying that shit about Jalen because it's 1 year and you feel like you can get away with some shit like that. The guy's had a phenomenal year. He's pulling a lot of shit. Everybody out there besides Murph, right? Go look at the Ellinger Jalen Hurts thing, right? That I did and all that Jalen Hurts content that I've done. I know the kid can play quarterback, right? I was like, it's going to be a cinch for him to go out to the Big 12 and play quarterback. We saw what he was doing against Georgia in these teams last year. You could see the improvement. Not to mention, he was already very good. It's just that people wanted him to be a certain way or something like that. The guy went through like 17 touchdowns, 1 interception, SEC Offensive Player of the Year or Newcomer of the Year, whatever he was like that. Like, come on, man. So they think they can get away with some shit like that. Like, oh, let's just disrespect this kid. Like, there's no good Jalen or bad Jalen. The guy is just a very good player. He's absolutely killing it. Any other year, he'd be the Heisman frontrunner. 1,156 rushing yards? How many passing yards? And he passed that with 2 more games ago. He already has 1,156. Your boy Collar, he had like 1,000 yards on the money. I remember last year. He was like right on the dot, something like that. Man, Hurts is great, man. He has 3,100 passing yards, and people were trying to say that he was going to pass for like 1,500 yards or something like that. I'm like, those are people who skim football, right? And they skim football, and then they listen to the radio or some shit, or or they're on message boards. Like, come with your own opinions. I told you the guy was going to be good at Oklahoma. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Jalen was good at Bama, but Tua's legendary, so he was benched. That's what I'm saying. So he couldn't beat out Tua. There's no shame in that. But technically, he did beat out Tua. This is what people are saying. Tua beat him out 1 year. He beat Tua out 1 year. If Jalen Hurts would have never had a bad championship game, we probably would have never, ever even seen Tua. And if they would have came with the Mike Locksley thing the next year, Jalen would have been balling out. If he would have played the whole season last year under Mike Locksley in that scheme that he brought, which is very similar to the scheme that Lincoln Riley's running at Oklahoma, he would have had these similar type numbers, right? You see the weapons and everything. He didn't really get the ball out with those weapons, because remember, those guys were young. They were true freshmen, and they really took a step in the second year when Calvin Ridley was gone. He would have been fine at Alabama as well. So it's just that these are the breaks. They don't want a school to have 3 straight Heisman winners. Oh, yeah. Peyton says, quit listening to Feinbaum. You out there watching Feinbaum, I don't know what to tell you. 3,100 passing yards and 1,100 rushing yards? You don't hear that. I wouldn't be surprised if under 5 people in the history of the sport done some shit like that. Jalen had a bad Iron Bowl his last year starting at Bama. Probably should have been benched at halftime. Why does he got to be benched, man? Let people have bad games. Exactly. He did it quietly. People aren't even talking about it no more. They liked it at the beginning of the year, and then they didn't. Oh, man, you got deleted. People are like, what is he talking about? Joe Burrow is on track to break the all-time season completion percentage and a season record. Any other year, Hurts wins the Heisman. That's what I'm going to say. All right, Neck. I appreciate you, bro. You said something, though. How you going to tell us you're going to leave and you never even said you were here? Auburn almost always pulls that off. Every year they think about getting rid of Gus, and Gus Auburn manages to beat Bama. This is what I do. If I'm Gus, either way it goes, I want to leave. If I beat Alabama, I'm leaving on a high note, and I can take the FSU job or one of these jobs that come open. He got to go, man. They need to part ways. Sometimes it's just better that way. I think that it's just run its course. What is the ratio that they say? Like every year you lose a certain amount of the fan base if you don't win a national championship. You're something like 9-10% or something like that, right? Every year, right? You start here, and then every year you don't win a national championship, 10% of the fan base doesn't like you. Then another 10, then another 10. So how many years in is that? I wouldn't go to Arkansas, man. Wouldn't go to Arkansas. If Gus is better than that. Not to say, you know what I'm saying? I love Arkansas. I really do. I love that the setup of Arkansas out there in the media. At least when I was working out there in the media and everything. But I think he's better than that. He could be at FSU. He would kill it at FSU. Auburn's weird. You never know when they about to get the one they just, Auburn is, because they're talented. You can never overlook talent. Auburn has a ton of talent. If you're losing fans for not winning championships, you really don't have that many true fans. That's a great point, Matt, because that many teams win national championships. Think about this. Everyone loves Lincoln Riley. What has he won? He's never even won a playoff game. Man, Dorsey, you came back quick. I don't know who I think the lead candidate is for FSU, so I told y'all, don't ask me questions like that. Ask me who should be the lead or something like that. I'm not giving out insider information over a free chat to some freeloaders. Matt Jones going to have Derek Brown nightmares next week. So Derek Brown versus Landon Dickerson, that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard. Versus Deontay Brown and versus Evan Neal, it's going to be hard. Bo Nix will be the truth in a couple of years, if not next year. The USC job over the FSU job, says Joe Brummel. What's the better job, USC or FSU? I guess I don't know. I don't think it's that cut and dry, to be honest with you, because of the footprint that FSU is in. You're going to get much better football players. California football, Pac-12, West Coast football to me is down, man. They don't have that good of football players out there. Don't get me wrong. They have a ton of good football players, but I think is not as good as people make it out to be. But that is definitely a great job. Southern Cal's weather, I'm pretty sure the weather in Tallahassee is not that bad either. How good is the Utah coach? He's very good. He's very good, man. LA doesn't even care about USC football. That is true. That is true. You get much more fan support in FSU from the people around the area than you would at LA. But USC is usually the number one team, but now you got to compete with a bunch of professional teams as well. Damn, he got timed out again? Trash to make the Burrow leap next season. So he's a Florida guy. It can't be as good. You got how many people and maybe 2 to 3 good teams on that entire coast that hardly ever even win anything? That is true. Does Oregon run recruiting in the West? It did last year. I don't think it followed up though, right? So you remember, I'm really thinking about my next wave, my next teams, right? The next 2 teams that I'm going to recover. And Oregon is in the running, but I don't think Oregon followed up. That was a really good recruiting class for 2019. Where is it at in recruiting in 2020? Noah Sewell, that might have bumped it up a little bit. Where are they sitting at now? Are they inside the top 10? Why would James Franklin leave PSU for FSU? I was asking the same question, bro. But Coach K said that he would leave because he feels he could win the national championship at Florida State with the type of players it can get, opposed to Penn State. They get Urban, he'll have USC like Carroll. Y'all keep saying they get Urban and all this shit like that. Clay Helton just keeps winning. Is that job even going to come open? They're 9th, top 10? Okay. That's not bad at all, young coach. Thanks. Is it Yeji? Oregon 9th, first in the Pac-12. Oregon's got an exciting brand of football, man. They're very much playing like Alabama, like previous year's Alabama, like the Lane Kiffin type Alabama out there in the West. So they're dominating that line of scrimmage. Steph, never say top 10, bro. Just give me the exact thing. Sometimes I wonder about Steph, man. FSU in a hotbed for Georgia, Alabama, and Florida recruiting. That's what I'm saying. That's what makes it. If USC could recruit that area or whatever like that, maybe they could. If Urban was doing it, then I would for sure say they would be the better job. But I don't know. I can't say that USC is just a flat out better job than FSU. Isn't Penn State facilities and history just as rich or better than Florida State? Hell yeah, it's Penn State. Penn State is a blue blood program. Florida State, I'm not sure, is a blue blood program. That doesn't have that type of history. Well, it has a pretty good history. Penn State has some of all-time history. I don't get it either why you would leave Penn State for Florida State, but I can see I can see people's sides of saying why you would. But I don't know. I want to say he's beloved there. He's from there. Just him personally, I don't know if he wants a challenge. He seems like a guy that moves around a lot too, so you got to keep that in mind. So maybe he would just been like, hey, I could start the clock over and I can have a little time at Florida State. But hopefully he has some times. Why isn't Term Herman on the hot seat? I know I wanted to ask Coach K that, but I know he can't talk about his son's coach like that. But believe me, I get to hear the real on the phone every day. Let's just say Tom Herman should definitely be on the hot seat. I'd be hearing some behind-the-scenes shit about that, man, that'll make your toes curl. Though they have an inherent issue that goes beyond the field there. Like, I'm talking about, I don't know. It should be a max exodus of coaches, though. You'll see that go on, and maybe I can talk about it a little bit more when those coaches are gone. Tom Herman is goofy. Why is he goofy, man? Y'all know I'm an Urban Meyer disciple, and Tom Herman is an Urban Meyer guy. So we're gonna have to give him a little, we'll give him a little slack. Systemic, You mean the infrastructure of the program? Um, let's just say that with some of the coaches and with some of the coach-player relations. Not like that, not like pause type stuff, but like I don't know. I might be talking too much. No, he doesn't have a Sark problem. They do be I I don't know if he doesn't have a Sark problem per se, but I mean he's like to had his fun. No, he doesn't have a Sark problem. Do LSU dodge the bullet with Herman and Fisher? The hell you talking about? Jimbo Fisher? Get Jimbo the fuck out of here. There's nobody in none of these teams got a better coach than Jimbo Fisher. They may have better players as of right now, whatever, in Jimbo's second year in town, but they're not better coaches than Jimbo Fisher. Yes, Peyton Mack, we know that he coached at LSU. That's why they said that. He was saying that Fisher was going to take the job. Exactly. They're talking about this dude. They acting like LSU's already won a national championship. Like we ain't seen a bunch of teams that win a bunch of games and then get in the playoffs and lose. Y'all know I almost went, dude. You would have put my favorite coach, Jimbo Fisher, on LSU. This shit would have been over. Over. I thought it was gonna happen too, man. I was excited in the mug. Y'all know he my dude, but y'all see I have a struggle I struggle pulling the trigger of the Texas A&M coverage. I don't know. That's just because I'm still salty that he didn't go to LSU. But I think I'm over it now, and I really do like what they're doing at Texas A&M, and it may be time to go ahead and work with my boy Jimbo. Saw Kenyatta Jr. is playing cornerback for Texas. Wasn't he a safety coming out of Grayson? No, he was a cornerback. He was a safety his sophomore season, and then he was a cornerback his junior and senior seasons when those Jemias and those guys left. They say Tom loves the white girl, and come on, man, y'all tripping. He does not have a cocaine problem. Strip clubs, yes. Can I? I can't say that. I don't know if I can say that. Is Derek Mason fired off? They lose to Vandy. He's a really good dude. Is Derek Mason? I thought they came in and said that Derek Mason was his. He said Derek Mason was his coach, no matter what. USC regretting not sticking with Ed O. No, I don't know about that, man. Y'all are playing. Y'all been super hindsight type shit, right? That first year with LSU, the people were saying that Coach O was goofy. And you're making fun of him. Now he's having a good season. Now he's the truth. People are so cyclical, and they go with the win. Rule for everybody. We have rules here. Do not mention people who hate. Like, who cares about dislikes? Don't mention them. That's what they want. They want you to mention them. That's all it is. It's gonna, no matter what we do here or whatever like that, somebody's gonna always hate, but they're gonna always watch. Right? That shit don't matter one bit. When you're watching, guess what? You're putting money into the gas tank. You are. It's only one way to get here is to click on it. So don't mention it. Never ever mention hating. Somebody coming here hating in the thing, we just get them out of there. Who cares? Ed O just works with LSU. I don't know if it would translate with other teams. That's a great thing. He's at home. The people understand him. They feel for him. He's a hometown hero like that. Who's to say that he would have that type of success in California? They were super making fun of him out there. If Nick Saban were to leave Bama, would take Jimbo Fisher. I don't know if they can get him out of Texas A&M now, but yeah, that would be hard. Be honest with you, I love Jimbo when he was at Auburn. He would kill it at Auburn too. To me, Texas was a whole nother footprint for him, right? They recruited Texas pretty decent with Marvin Wilson and some of these guys that they got from Texas at Florida State. But if he were at Auburn, he recruit the same exact areas he was recruiting at Florida State. Ed O recruited that USC super team in 2003. He recruited it. What about all those other legendary coaches that were on that team? Very confused by you giving Coach O the entire credit. Jimbo isn't a good coach, though. He hasn't done anything. That he just get timed out. I can't even read it. I think they timed you out. What happened? I'm confused. Oh, shit. Damn, I'm late? Why don't y'all tell me I was late? Get him out, coach. I'm confused. What was the Jimbo dude? Damn, I lost that comment. If y'all can find that comment, get him out of there. Oh, there he is. Jimbo isn't a good coach, though. He hasn't done anything relevant other than win one championship with Winston. He left FSU in shambles. He's the reason FSU is struggling. Paul Feinbaum? Is that you? Paul! The fuck out of here. Dude won like 188 games at FSU and lost like 7. Thank you. Yeah, he had to go. Jimbo worth $75 million. Yeah, he's not worth $75 million in his second year. You're right, his second year of taking over a team that absolutely sucked prior to him. He needs to be exactly perfect and win the national championship in his second year. And y'all see what I got to deal with on the internet? FSU fans were unappreciative. I would have left too. I don't know what to tell people, man. Do not know what to tell them. The cupboard wasn't coming. Exactly. You hired a freaking PE teacher as the coach. Like, it's funny. He left FSU in shambles, but who took over a 4-win team, right? And then made it a 10-win team back to back? We do not say that. That would be Dan Mullen. He took over a 4-win Florida team, right? Just like the Willie Taggart or whomever did. They probably won more than 4 games. And then in 2 seasons, he couldn't win more than 5 games or some shit like that. Come on, people just gonna blame if they don't like you. He left that man with all kinds of NFL draft picks on his team. I'd venture to say Florida State is a more talented team than even Florida. They couldn't coach that team up. They have all them damn high level. Tamorian Terry is on Florida State. He's uncoverable. DJ Matthews is on Florida State. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know the thing with the offensive line is not that good, but guess what? Florida's offensive line is trash dookie too. You got to be able to coach. Dan Mullen is coaching with some bullshit ass talent in the trenches, right? Or at least as far as the offensive line goes, but he's able to scheme around that and play very good against some very good teams that Florida State would absolutely get trounced on. This shit ain't got nothing to do with Jimbo Fisher. Willie Taggart is the one who could not coach. Like, come on. Jimbo would have coached this same Florida State team, right? And if his heart was into it or whatever like that and shit wasn't going wrong, whatever, he would have had the team with 8-9 wins easily. Richard is 3 hours late. What did he say? Oklahoma has a better resume. How do people do that? We literally been talking about this shit for like an hour. I'm confused. Maybe he's late in the stream and he's answering it like it's live or something like that. I don't know. Can you join the stream and join it like in the past? I thought you would have to join it live. He jumped at a time and shit. He on that McDonald's Wi-Fi. What Wi-Fi is Richard on? Dan Mullen is a great coach, but he needs some help with recruiting. FSU definitely has better talent. Exactly. But guess what? I think Dan Mullen about to get off up in Florida State's ass with that talent, though. Oh, you can join and rewind to the beginning? Okay, so he going to join, rewind to the beginning, but still answer like it's live. That's not hard. He got that net zero in the DeLorean. He on that Taco Bell Wi-Fi. Taco Bell has Wi-Fi. You can't even sit in the Taco Bell, can you? At least not the ones around here. Kmart Blue Light Special Wi-Fi. I have no problems with Jimbo Fisher. I always wanted to coach O because you ain't not always want no fucking coach O. People are so, I hate that, man. Come on, people were killing Coach O. Let's be real here. People were making fun of him at every end. You could not stop without people making fun of this guy. Talking about why is he at LSU and stuff. Now people are claiming to have always wanted Coach O. That's what happens, man. So that's the difference between people like myself who have to put their feelings out there for people to come back. How many people come back off some shit that I said 3-4 years ago or whatever like that? I see it all the time. People bring up some article that I wrote like 5 or 6 years ago and be like, yeah, what happened to this and shit like that. But you can be anonymous, right? And then be like, yeah, I always wanted Coach O. A lot of our fan base didn't want O, but some actually did want him. Dude, there's not one person in the world when they were going right, when they were about to hire Tom Herman or Jimbo Fisher that said, no, I don't want Tom Herman or Jimbo Fisher. I want Coach O. I want somebody to out there to prove to me, bring somebody with some article or somebody who said some shit that they wanted Coach O over Tom Herman at the time. If that was the choice, you not now. It's easy to say that shit now, right? Whatever, because those guys aren't doing as well. But at that particular point in time, there's no way in hell you can find somebody who would say they would want to, especially Tom Herman at the time. He was super hot. I didn't want Coach O till 2018. LSU fans need to just be honest. LSU fans are not honest. LSU fans didn't even want Joe Burrow. I did that Joe Burrow because people were killing Joe Burrow. They were killing him. Now they have the benefit of hindsight. They were killing Joe Burrow. They were killing Coach O. I don't know, whatever, man. There were people who were pro O. Bring them out then, dude. I want you to link me the article right now that somebody said, do not hire Tom Herman, hire Coach O. Don't just sit there from nothing and just say some shit. Bring the receipts. This is top billing. We work off receipts. Give me the receipts of somebody out there who is like, I want Coach Orgeron over freaking Tom Herman. Give me the receipts. Give me the receipts, man. This Campbell dude, give me the receipts. Message boards. Get the fuck off my damn channel. Not sure about Burrow. You're not sure about Burrow? Yeah. 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 Everyone was talking about Coach O could recruit, but at Ole Miss, he got talent, couldn't do anything with them. That was a consensus I remember. Oh my God, these people are so, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not going to be honest with you. I cannot wait to get LSU content about it. It's making me feel like Clemson. This is how bad I felt about Clemson last year. You see how much Clemson content I did this year? They were killing. There's nobody would have said at that time. Nobody wanted Coach O over Tom Herman. Whatever, man. All right, so let's go. Nobody wanted him. I lived 10 minutes from LSU. I thought we were going to burn the school down. They were angry mob. Exactly. You're talking to somebody. You're talking about. I worked in the media. I covered LSU at the time for Scout.com. I had to do right. They wanted me to. I did a whole bunch of breakdowns on potential candidates and shit like that. Right. The Tom Herman, man, people were going ham. They thought they were about to get Tom Herman. Didn't they sign the contract or some shit and he backed out of it or he was about to sign it? People were going ham. They wanted Tom Herman bad. Think about what Tom Herman had just did at Houston. He had beaten Florida State, Oklahoma, all kinds of teams. There's no way you could tell me they were like, oh, let's elevate Coach O over this guy who just did so much with Houston. Houston beat Oklahoma. Remember when they said they were firing Les Miles and backtracked and said they weren't firing him? Well, yeah, that was the previous year, right? Zero people. Absolutely zero people want to Orgeron. Absolutely nobody. Everybody is lying. Exactly. I hate these sometimey, let's pretend like we did. I did. Yeah, you can say this shit, right? Because you have no freaking, you have no receipts. I can say a whole bunch of shit with no receipts, right? And nobody can pull some receipts on it. Like, be a man. If you didn't say it with receipts, just be quiet about it. Flim flam. It doesn't even make sense to have 1-0 over Herman. If you wanted Coach O over Tom Herman at the time, nobody wanted. Come on, man. All right, let's do some shit in the future that would be like that, right? Right now, okay. Here's a good one right here. This would be like saying, maybe not. This might be even more extreme. You think right now people will want Coach Odell Higgins at Florida State over Bob Stoops? So right now, if all the Florida State fans had a chance to choose Bob Stoops over Coach Odell Higgins, how many of them you think would choose Coach Higgins? That's even worse. That's what I was trying to say. It might be worse. Bob Stoops but still, I'm just saying, that's what they're gonna say, right? If Bob Stoops goes somewhere and doesn't do that well, and Coach Higgins has it, and he's balling or whatever, and he's 12-0 or something like that, and they're gonna have this dude right here be like, "Yeah, I said it. Yeah, man, I wanted Coach Odell Higgins over Bob Stoops." They just came from Taggart. Yeah, but still, you bitch, they would not pick no freaking Coach Odell Higgins over Bob Stoops. How about this? Here's one. Suppose Urban Meyer says he's interested in Florida State. Is anybody gonna say that they want Coach Odell Higgins over Urban Meyer? How many people? I want to yay or nay. Urban Meyer, I want you to people out here put it. Let's timestamp this right now. Urban Meyer or Odell Higgins? Put U for Urban and O for Odell. Odell who? Where's that one dude that's gonna say "oh" though? Then he gonna be in the, you know what I'm saying, 5 years from now or whatever. He be like, "Yeah, I told y'all. It was a whole bunch of us." It was a whole bunch of us. If we did the same shit at the time, right? If I had this channel at that particular time, and I'd have been like, "All right, who wants to tell us you to elevate Coach O, who everyone makes fun of, or the hottest coach in the game, who just beat it was some other team that they beat too. They beat Florida State, right? They beat Jimbo and them. He beat Bob Stoops and them, right? It was some other team like Houston that beat some very good teams when Tom Herman there. He was the hottest coach in the game. There's no way in hell people were sitting up there talking about they want that man, Coach O, over Tom Herman. Houston beat Louisville? Man, for real? That's hard. I don't remember Houston playing Louisville. Was that had to been a bowl game? That's what I'm saying. This is who had on, and then only thing you knew Coach O from was Mississippi at the time, and they whipped that ass too. I'm telling you, people are the benefit of hindsight. This is what people do. That's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why there's no real men out there. For real. That's why how these chicks be lesbians, right? They be lesbians because these dudes aren't real with themselves. They be like, man, you know what? I'd rather mess with a chick than to mess with some hindsight 2020 type dude who would say that he would have took at the time Coach O over Tom Herman. Y'all out there turning all these chicks lesbians, man. Damn. I'm glad I'm married. Actually, no. You know what I'm saying? They might be lesbian to y'all. They wouldn't be lesbian to me. Oh, I might have to go here in a second. All right, y'all, I gotta go in a second. A goofy mom. All right, dang, what was the dang, man? Don't mess some shit up. No, I can't. I have 2 more hours because my freaking mom is here. She didn't tell me she was on her way. My mom and pops here. All right, so All right, so let me go ahead and get out of here. We're gonna have to wrap, man. Maybe I'll come back in the next day or so here. But I wanted to give, show some love on Thanksgiving. So I'm thankful for all y'all, except for these goofy dudes. I'm also they would take Coach O or Tom Herman at the time. Yeah, it sounds good to say that now, but at the time, there's no way in hell you would have told me this dude beat Louisville and Oklahoma and Florida State at Houston, and you wanted Coach O to be elevated. Lovie Smith for FSU. Nah, man, I can't do that. I don't think he has the. Nah. I know not for FSU. I leave him where he's at. He went to the Super Bowl in Illinois and everything like that. Just let him be where he's at. All right, real quick, let's do the LSU versus Alabama offense, right? So who you guys taking? Let's compare them right quick. From a wide receiver standpoint, you had the same people you have now, right? So from a wide receiver standpoint, Tua was throwing to, of course, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, Henry Ruggs. Well, no, not the same people. Irv Smith was there. You had Irv Smith, and then you had Jalen Waddle, young Jalen Waddle, versus, of course, the great Jamar Chase, the great Justin Jefferson, Terrace Marshall, Thad Moss, and then them other jabronis, saying that people be trying to make better than what they really are. Racey McMath and Stephon Sullivan and these guys. But who are you taking right there? 2018 Tide? Bama barely. I like that. Not this all day shit. Alabama, Bama, no question. It's a question, bro. Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are as good as any of those guys on there. It's still a question. I can see you taking Alabama, but don't do the no question shit. What's wrong with y'all? Irv Smith is hard. Wide receiver by a little, Bama by a little. We're on one thing. Why do people do that? I say, let's talk about the receivers, and this dumbass starts talking about come on, man. LSU says Lee Rondell. Both? You taking both? This dude's talking about Joe Brady. Joe Brady is the difference. Joe Brady is the difference. You give a fuck about Joe Brady? He's the difference because he's making LSU good. Alabama was doing what they're doing now. He's not the difference. Alabama couldn't care less about that. Mike Loxley and Dan Enos and all these guys, man, get this dude off my damn channel, man. I'm sucking off these people, man. You don't understand football. Joe Brady's great for LSU, but guess what? These dudes just had Mike Loxley. These was good as a fucking head coach. Dan Enos. I'm confused. All right, bro. Get him out of here. LSU fans are the worst. Irv Smith, yeah, he counts. He's a target. Y'all take Irv Smith or Thad Moss. Let's do that. Irv Smith. Damn. Irv. They actually throw to him. I'll take the New Orleans tight end stuff. I hate when Louisiana people do that. Just because he's from, I got to mention that he's from there. Like, congratulations, bro. Guess what? 90% of the damn college football is from Georgia. You hear us always having to claim them? Irv. Damn, he racked up. Okay. The number one receiver, right? Jerry Jeudy or Jamar Chase. Damn, I thought I deleted that person. Only goofy Lamar Stevens would. Okay. All right. Chase, says Wyman. Chase, Jeudy, Jamar, Jeudy. Oh, it's pretty even. Chase, close, but I'll take Jeudy. Remember, we're talking about 2018. We're not talking about Jeudy right now. 2018 Jerry Jeudy versus 2019 Jamar Chase. I don't think y'all are understanding this. Chase is more complete. Oh, Chase is more complete than the 2018 Jerry Jeudy? At this moment, I will take Moss. I think Lee Rondell may be a little bit too immature to be here. You'll take Moss. Lee Rondell, I think you need to time yourself out. Jeudy still. Jeudy makes first person miss. So does Jamar Chase. Are you insane? You can't tackle Jamar Chase. He makes you miss in a different way. He's not trying to juke you out. He puts you in the hospital. That dude is roughneck. JJ and his violent routes. He's still Chase. That's hard, Murph. Got to edge it to Jerry. Wow, Bauman took Jerry Jeudy. All right, the second receiver, Justin Jefferson. Who was the second receiver for them last year? I actually think it may have been Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs and Justin Jefferson. Who you got? Jefferson. Chase doesn't drop balls. How many balls did Jerry Jeudy drop last year? You not understand you not speak of the English? Jerry Jeudy was the Coffee Award winner. We're talking about him in 2018. All right, Ruggs, Jefferson, Ruggs, Jefferson. JJ. Oh, Justin Jefferson. Jefferson, Ruggs, Jefferson, but it's close. I still think people don't understand. We're talking about 2018 versus 2019. Not any whatever you think about Alabama right now does not matter. We're talking about last year. High point specialist Chase. I would take. All right, get Leon Marsh out of here. Ruggs more upside. Dang, why does Ruggs have more upside? Because he's faster? Justin Jefferson's taller. He got some serious hops. He's a great route runner. People be hating on Jefferson. All right, Jefferson 2019 over Ruggs 2018, says Marco. That's how you do it. I like that. I like how Marco did that. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think you're the only person who can do that. These other people aren't working with the same brain power. They couldn't struggle. Because if they could do that right there, then I would know that they're talking about 2018 versus 2019. But these dudes are literally, I think they're talking about what's happening right now. All right, so I'm not going to do the rest of the receivers. We're going to have to call that a we're going to have to call it a push. We're going to have to call that a push with the receivers, right? No, actually, I'm going to give it to Alabama because of Irv Smith. Irv Smith was a nightmare. He was an absolute nightmare, right? That was the dude right there. And I was like, all right, they finally covered the receivers, and then he's open. Offensive line. It's not even close, in my opinion. Jonah Williams, Leatherwood, and Jedrick Wills will probably all start on LSU in 2019. Bama 2018 line for sure. Bama 2019 O-line is less than 2018 Bama, no contest. LSU got the most growth, though. So you got the most growth. What does that mean? What does LSU have the most growth got to do with anything, right? In your Homer brain. Homer brain, man, can you explain yourself? What are we talking about here? They have a top 10 draft pick, and Jonah Williams was on the 2018 Alabama team. There's no top 10 draft picks, no matter how much growth you think they're having on this LSU offensive line. We're not talking about last year or this year. What are you talking about? 2019 versus. All right, I'm about to shut this shit down. These dudes can't fucking function. They can't think their way out of a paper bag. I just told this dude, we're only talking about 18 versus 19. He said no growth has nothing to do anything. We're finished product 2018, finished product 2019. I don't care how much you've grown. It doesn't matter. You're still not a top 10 pick. You're still not Jonah Williams. Jesus, man. Did I not just say this? Is it that hard? Is life this hard for people? All right, so hey, happy Turkey Day. Thank you. All right, so all right, 18. So we're gonna get that offensive line of Bama for real. All right, let's do running backs. All right, I love LSU's running backs. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the absolute truth. Tyron Davis-Price, John Emery. But you got to go against Damian Harris, Josh Jacobs, and Najee Harris. Who you got? Bama. Just say Bama, man. Don't start naming these individual running backs because you know what I'm saying? You got sugar in your tank. You're Splenda and Stevia up. We're talking about the running back corps. Bama. Man said Josh Jacobs. Like, bruh, what are you talking about? Go look who was the leading rusher on Alabama last year. It wasn't Josh Jacobs. Stop sucking him off, bro. B. Wyman going LSU. All right, B. Wyman, how are you going LSU? You think that Clyde Edwards-Helaire would start over Damian Harris? You think that he would be in the rotation over Najee and Josh Jacobs? I'm asking the question. This is your answer, so I'm just asking the question. 2018 has more depth. Bama 3 quality NFL starters. Right now, yes, I'm confused, B. Wyman. You said you're going LSU. Oh, you think Clyde Edwards-Helaire would start over Damian Harris? If Damian Harris received 90% of the Alabama carries, he would have an ungodly amount of yardage. Remember, he was breaking all these 70 and 80-yard runs and everything. I'm confused by that. I'm not sure that Clyde Edwards-Helaire would even really start. If they had a chance to start between Josh Jacobs and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I don't know. But if you go with depth, right? So maybe you say that you think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is as good as the first guy. But what about the next two guys? That's where I would go. If we're talking about, we said running back core. Yeah, you're definitely bedazzled about. He's not doing shit that Damian Harris wasn't already doing, or Josh Jacobs. What are we talking about here? Like, it's cool that he's on your team and you like him or whatever like that. That's great, but he's doing the same shit that they were doing, except they had to do it and split this shit up, and they were getting like 25% of the carries. He's getting the lion's share of the carries. You give Josh Jacobs the lion's share of the carries last year, he would have did what Clyde Edwards-Helaire did. You give Damian Harris the lion's share of the carries, he would have did what Clyde Edwards-Helaire did. Probably same thing with Najee Harris, right? Bama. All right, so here we go. Last one, the quarterback. Let's look at these statistics right here. This is dope. And I gotta go. So for 2019, right now, your boy Jugular Joe Burrow, he's completing 79% of his passes. He has 4,000 yards passing, 10.9 yards per attempt. He has 41 touchdowns and 6 interceptions with 2 games to go. Well, at least one regular season game to go, right? So essentially, he could play 4 more games. But look, he has 369 attempts. And he has that many more games to go. Tua shit finished, right? The season was over. He only had 355 attempts. He has more attempts than Tua had right now with at least 3 or 4 games left for LSU. And Tua still had 43 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, and he averaged 11.2 yards per attempt. He completed nearly 70% of his passes. So I try to tell y'all, LSU is not doing anything that Alabama wasn't already doing. If I'm going it right now, to be honest with you, I'm taking Tua, what Tua did last year. He was killing it. They didn't even play in the fourth quarter. He didn't have right now. He's going to end up with like 100 less attempts easily than Joe Burrow, right? Imagine if he had 100 more attempts added on to that, or if he played into the fourth quarter like Joe Burrow does, so the type of numbers that he would have put up as well. And their shit was, if you saw the yards per attempt was more explosive, or yards per catch or whatever like that. Tua. Give me the guy that can play in the playoffs. What does that mean? They got to the national championship game. You said get a guy that can play in the playoffs. We've never even seen Joe Burrow play in the playoffs. We're talking about 2018 Tua. Is this, I swear to God, man, this TJ Reed dude. What is your problem, bro? Are you know what I'm saying? You got some shit wrong with you for real? I like to play around and shit, but like, be for real, bro. You got something shit ain't going on good up here? We saw Tua, he played in the playoffs. What do you mean? Give me the guy who can play in the playoffs. 2018 Alabama, dude. What are you talking about? Jesus. All right, so, okay, he's a kid. That's what it is. All right, bro, we're going to have to let you go, man. 2018 Tua was fun to watch. Pause. Shit, I love watching Joe Burrow, too. Happy Thanksgiving, Ann Rambo. When healthy and on the field, Tua is lethal. I'm taking Tua over Burrow. Burrow's lethal, too. We should revisit this after the season is over. Tua was better than 2019 Burrow. He was special. I'm not going to say that because if it ends up the way it could end up, and it's probably a push. But I'm just saying this is how special Alabama was last year, and people are pretending like LSU was doing something that we hadn't seen when we literally just saw it last year. I know you're not comparing schedules, but that's the big difference to me. But Tua is a dog. Alabama schedule last year. I don't know. One of the teams they beat was LSU, wasn't it? I hate to break it to you. People are just shocked that LSU beat them 29-0. Got him. I don't know if that got him, but I think he was forgetting that they played each other last year. They're literally in the same division. Technically, LSU is setting offensive SEC records. Well, technically, Adam, is the reason why we told you to stop commenting because you're a super homer. I just told you 15 times. They didn't even let them boys play in the fourth quarter. Tua didn't see a fourth quarter until like the 7th or 8th game. It's easy to set records when you play the entire game, or it's easier to set records. They're not letting them play. Don't think with your homer brain, Adam. Don't do it. Not Damian Lewis, bro. It's Damian Harris. No, sir. We didn't have the same scheme. I'm saying the overall schedule, not the what the hell? We're not talking about schemes, bro. We're talking about the scheme right now, 2019 versus the 2018. I said they had to play. They're not playing. Alabama's offense doesn't play LSU's offense. Alabama's offense played LSU's defense last year. LSU people, I ain't gonna lie, y'all be ruining everything. Y'all are annoying as shit. I love LSU's team. I love the culture, everything about LSU. Way before I knew any of you dudes existed. I'm not gonna lie. Up on the internet, I wish y'all would kind of go away. Wish I could just transform y'all magically and make y'all Texas A&M fan base or Ole Miss or somebody different. Y'all can't keep up, man. Y'all are so homerish that y'all can't keep up. Such a great team. I love the entire coaching staff, the history of it. Freaking Jimbo was there. Coach Smart was there. Will Muschamp. Come on, man. My favorite coach that nobody don't talk about, Bo Pelini. These are, you know what I'm saying? Before you bandwagon ass LSU fans, I was all over that shit. But on the internet, you guys are goofy. Who has the worst fanboys? Alabama. Clyde is a beast, but Jacobs, Harris were studs. They were studs. Clyde's a stud too. But I'm just saying. So if we're going by the entire group, there's nobody outside of Clyde Edwards-Helaire that you can count on. They had 3 guys that they could count on at any given time. I will take Tua, but I'm also saying the toughness of the schedules are different, and Bo Pelini was a great coordinator. What are you talking about, the toughness of the schedules? Okay, all right. When it's all said and done or whatever like that, they will probably have played very similar schedules because you're talking about an entire season for Alabama, right? So that means they still had to play Oklahoma and they still had to play Clemson. So those 2 teams are added in as well, right? Because we're talking about, we took his entire scope of the season. So whatever you didn't think, you have to add in those 2 playoff games against those 2 very great teams, Oklahoma and Clemson. Not to mention Georgia was on the schedule. LSU's defense was on the schedule. These are all defensive teams, not Oklahoma though, but Oklahoma just trying to keep match up with them with the points at the very least or whatever like that. And some other team that we're missing, right? That Mississippi State team, that shit was loaded. This Mississippi State team that LSU get to play is not loaded. They played a loaded Mississippi State team. Half the damn team is in the NFL. Burrow is tougher. He's definitely tougher. LSU fans worse in real life. You ain't seen nothing yet. I don't know. I've been around LSU fans. But I'm still going to say Alabama's fans are worse. LSU was going down when all right, Aaron Rambo, you had to come in here with this cheerleader shit. We're not talking about that. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Love to get on with y'all and spaz out and have fun and trip out. Don't take it personally unless I tell you to take it personally or whatever like that. But that's just how I talk. It's just what it is, baby. We're talking in conversation where everybody's passionate. We're all passionate, right? One day I'll bring nice Merc back, and then y'all be like, man, bring back Savage Murph or whatever like that. So it is what it is. But thank y'all as always. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys sometime here in the next couple of days, and we can see what's going on. Make sure y'all watch the Egg Bowl. The Egg Bowl. You feel me? All right. Thank you and salute. Make sure you get the thumbs up ain't even at 150. Come on, man. Y'all be letting me down. Go eat. What you trying to say? I got low blood sugar or something like that? I got low blood sugar. That's why I be spazzing on people. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there, top billing. We're all a family, and it is what it is, baby. Let's go.